Forecast First, sponsored by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Lawrence Lee. Minimum invasion, maximum results. Learn more at orthoci.com.
Good evening, everybody. I'm your local weather authority meteorologist Zach Hatcher. It has been somewhat of a chilly day, and temperatures already falling into the low 40s. 41 degrees now in Peoria on the American Pest Control camera. 41 in Bloomington normal, but it's already falling just below freezing in Galesburg, now at 31 degrees. It's been cloudy over the last 3 hours here on satellite and radar loop, and skies will become even more cloudy as we head through the overnight into tomorrow. Temperatures on their way to the mid-30s for here in Peoria tonight. We have a chance of a little bit of a wintry mix coming up soon. I'll talk about that. WMBD News at 10 starts now.
Tonight at 10, an expansion to a pediatric center in McLean County could mean good news for you and your family. We'll take you to Normal for a quick look at MarcFirst's newest facility. And
the house looked abandoned. I thought they were left there to die.
4 dogs stolen from a Bartonville home will return today. As the investigation begins, we'll hear from one of the suspects on why he says he's not to blame. And that's exactly where we begin tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Minash Kungwari. After allegedly being taken from their home today, 4 puppies were finally returned with their owner. Austin Schick spoke with the owner and shows us the reunion between man and man's best friend.
Nate Bartell says his family is now complete. The 4 puppies that were stolen from his Bartonville home on Monday returned without a scratch. But he's not yet fulfilled, saying those involved should be held accountable. A trip to school took a turn for the worst. Nate Bartell was on his way to drop his kids off in Germantown Hills when he claims 4 men working broke his door down.
They had been working on the building behind my house for roughly a week, back and forth. Piecing hours in here and there from what my neighbor was saying. They had actually attempted one other time, and they believed somebody was in the house when that happened.
Bartell claims that's when the men took his puppies, and according to a Peoria County Sheriff's report, 1 dog was given away and the others left abandoned at a park in Mapleton.
They did sell them basically for beer money or whatever, really reasonably cheap, because these are not cheap dogs.
Luckily, he had Facebook, taking to the social site to post what had happened. Before long, he and his pups were reunited Saturday afternoon at the Farmington Township Park.
It's just unbelievable. I never thought this outcome was going to happen.
Bartell says the man who was given one of the dogs from the suspected burglars will get to keep one of them for his role in helping solve the case. And Peoria County Sheriff Brian Asbell says this is still under investigation. Reporting for WMBD, I'm Austin Schick.
A suspect in the case contacted WMBD this morning, wanting to share his side of the story. According to Lester Hoots, he was only rescuing dogs from what he says was a dire situation. Now, he told WMBD he had no intentions of harming or selling the animals.
They were locked in the basement with a plywood wall with a bar across it. I've got pictures of them. With 4 puppies and a mother. All in bad shape. They were locked in. They were in there for days. I wasn't selling these animals. It wasn't for a profit. I gave them to people that was going to take care of them, and then I had to go get them back.
Now, Hoots claims the dog's owner runs a puppy mill and starved the dogs, a claim Nate Bartell denied. Hoots is supposed to report to the Peoria County Jail on Monday to talk to deputies. The sheriff says all parties are innocent until proven guilty. Well, Illinois setting another milestone today. Health officials announced the state set a new record for coronavirus cases found in a single day. The Illinois Department of Public Health noting for the first time ever the state exceeded 6,000 new cases in just 24 hours. Health officials also reporting 63 additional deaths, 2 of those right here in Peoria County. A man in his 80s and a woman in her 90s. As of last night, more than 2,600 people were in the hospital. Of those, 560 in the ICU, 222 on ventilators. The preliminary 7-day statewide positivity rate is 6.1%. Over in Stark County, a woman in her 40s was pronounced dead today after contracting the virus. She is the 3rd person in the county to die from COVID. In a statement, the county's health department administrator wrote, quote, "We are deeply saddened to hear of this latest loss of one of our Stark County residents. Our hearts go out to the family and friends who are mourning the loss of their loved one. He notes with an expected additional cases coming, community members need to assume that they have been exposed to COVID-19. Republican Tim Butler of the Illinois House of Representatives took to Twitter today announcing he has tested positive for COVID-19. Butler, who represents the 87th district, wrote he had a headache this morning and a temperature around 100 degrees. He's now in quarantine and is urging people to mask up and social distance. Just over a week before Election Day, President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are on a busy weekend campaign schedule, targeting states that are key to winning the White House. With a new jump in COVID-19 cases around the U.S., the pandemic is a prime topic for both candidates. CBS correspondent Michael George has the latest from New York.
President Trump and Joe Biden are holding rallies this weekend in battleground states that could decide the November 3rd election.
For the last half century, Joe Biden has been outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure in these endless, ridiculous foreign wars.
The president traveled to North Carolina, Ohio, and Wisconsin on Saturday. Former Vice President Biden campaigned in his native Pennsylvania, where he continued to go after the president for his pandemic response.
In our debate on Thursday night, Trump was still saying, we're rounding the corner. It's going away. We're learning to live with it. As I told him, we're not learning to live it, we're learning to die with it. Because he's doing nothing.
Former President Barack Obama went to Miami to drum up support for his two-term VP.
When you have a president who cannot call out or even criticize white supremacists, that's a problem.
Did I vote? I voted straight Republican. Thank you.
President Trump cast his ballot Saturday morning at a library in West Palm Beach, Florida, near his Mar-a-Lago estate. Across the nation, many early voters are standing in long lines, including New York City.
All these are people that are out here that want to make sure their vote counts.
We the people, by the people, and for the people, we elect the government.
So far, 53 million Americans have cast early ballots, shattering records. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
McLean County Clerk Kathy Michael is assuring Twin City voters they need not worry about casting their ballot this election. Although the FBI has announced they found evidence of foreign interference in this year's general election, Michael says at this time none of their election systems have been compromised. In an effort to address recent posts on Facebook, she's also fighting back on rumors that Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is considering closing polling places due to the recent spike in cases. In a statement to WMBD, she wrote, quote, "We want to make it clear, as of today, all polling places will remain open Tuesday, November 3rd from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. A pediatric therapy program in McLean County is expanding, opening up what leaders call an upgraded facility in Normal. MarcFirst relocated to the lower level of the Carl Medical Office, going from a 1,000 square foot space to 4,700 square feet. CEO Brian Wipperman says the facility will give them the room needed to improve their programs.
We'll be able to see more children at the same time because of this space, right? 1,000 square feet, you're really limited in how many kiddos you can have at one time. But just in this room alone, think about how many kids could be provided therapy at one time in separate spaces.
And tomorrow night at 10, you'll be able to catch a full story on the expansion when WMBD's Liam Donahue dives into what this will mean for everyone in Central Illinois. Well, coming up, how a local group is making sure students in Peoria have access to literacy. The event that's having kids say, "Look, it's my book."